Hi everyone, I'm Sarah. I'm a board certified health and wellness coach. Welcome to my Wednesday Coaches Need Coaches check-in. This is where I'm sharing my real life progress, lessons learned, and the habits that I'm building to support my own healthy aging journey. As some of you know, if you've seen my other videos, in July and August, I'm following a program called Primal 60, and I'll put links down below. The reason I started this program was I really did need to lose some weight. I had gained some weight after I moved from Colorado to Texas. And then I also needed to up my game when it came to moving my body. I was just sitting too much. I wasn't getting out there. So happy to report that my habits are still going well when it comes to the 8,000 steps a day, weightlifting 3 times a week, and then getting one high intensity interval training workout in every week. And I'm really, really liking the sweat. It is so nice to come in and from a walk, it's hot outside, but I'm doing that habit anyway. So I feel like those habits, I would say to really get a new habit, it needs to be like brushing your teeth, right? So it takes longer than just a month, but I am well on my way, as I said last week, to bringing these movement habits into my essentials category. These are things that I'm doing every day, every week, over and over again. And so last week, if you saw my video, you know that that new habit that I was kind of going to introduce was turning my phone off at 8 o'clock at night. And it brought up a lot of feelings of discomfort. And so I wanted to talk a little bit in this video about the discomfort of change. Have you ever noticed that when you try to do something really small, like I'm going to turn you see an expert advice, right? I'm going to turn my phone off at 8 o'clock and clear the space in my evening so that my body and mind can prepare to rest. And it makes sense, right? I mean, our human bodies were not made to take computers basically into bed with us every night. But what we don't talk about is, why is that so hard? And so one of the things I love to do is use a metaphor. And so, when I think of this, I think about the neural pathways in the brain. And our brains, we're human, we tend to like to take that path of least resistance. And so for whatever reason, if we've fallen into the habit of using our phone in the evenings, maybe we're scrolling, maybe we're playing a game, maybe it could be any number of things. When we change that habit and we turn that off, it can cause some mental friction and discomfort. And so what I like to remind myself is that I'm now going off trail. And if you've ever been hiking, and my favorite example from my life is snowshoeing. Have you ever been snowshoeing? When you're on the trail, it's not so bad. But you've got your 50-pound pack on and you start trying to break trail out in some fresh snow, it's going to be really hard. And so don't underestimate and how hard it is to add a new habit. And so I added this habit and it was a struggle. I did get my phone turned off every night at 8 o'clock. And what I know as a coach and what I would be telling my client, if you came to me and said, well, I tried this habit, it was really hard, or maybe you're trying a little bit and it's not working out and you find yourself, oh, I'm just grabbing the phone, let's just forget it. What we need is more support. That's what we need to notice. Notice the pattern and then think, what support can I give myself to be successful in this? So knowing all of that, when I started to notice the mental discomfort and kind of the friction in my own brain last week, and thinking about the neural pathways and knowing, no, I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna zoom out, and you just need a little more support. So what I started doing last week was visualizing. I did a little visualizing exercise. It doesn't have to be anything formal. Throughout the day, I would just maybe close my eyes for just a minute and think about what it would be like this evening. It's almost 8 o'clock, and I'm going to turn the phone off. I'm going to put it away, plug it in, and then start to visualize what I would be doing instead of that. Because usually if we're using a device or doing some behavior, we also have to ask ourselves, what is that filling for me? What need is that filling? Maybe it's for comfort. Maybe you are in a really busy, active work of some kind, and you just are trying to shut your brain off literally with doing mindless things. Whatever it is for you is fine. We're in the no judgment zone, but just noticing those things, thinking about it. Let's think about visualizing our success and adding that as a support. And the other thing we can do, which I have done in the past, I'm not really doing it with this habit, but let's substitute something else. Maybe we'll have a nice glass of tea, or we'll get in bed and read a book. And that's actually kind of what I'm doing is, new bedtime routines, knowing in my heart that this is the right thing for me, that I wasn't made to bring a computer in the bed and doom scroll before I'm trying to go to sleep. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. So that's what I'm doing this week. I'm just chopping wood and carrying water with those movement habits that I'm doing. I am continuing to learn the habit and to practice the habit of turning the phone off at 8 o'clock. And honestly, just remove the pressure, because these things take time and patience. So I just want to encourage you, whatever habit that you're working on, always remember to stay curious, be compassionate with yourself, and remember there are no prizes for perfection, and these habits are built one small step at a time. So I hope you have a wonderful week. I would like to invite you to like this video and subscribe to my channel and come back, because we're going to have more and better content coming every Wednesday with Coaches Need Coaches, and then other good things in the future. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.